Hello and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the Red Light Truck Series, airing on RLN. I'm your host, Jeremy Patterson, and with me is Matt Breckel. Tonight we bring you coverage of our season finale from the Homestead Miami Speedway, where the boys will be racing for 80 laps on this 1.5 mile oval. And it has been a very exciting season so far. And with the finale, going into the finale, we only have a 2-point difference between the top two drivers. After tonight's race, we'll take a couple weeks off and come back together on December 1st as we kick off our next season at Daytona International Speedway. Details for that race and the entire season will be posted on our website in the coming weeks. So talking about the championship run we got going tonight, Buckley has not missed a single race this entire season. So and his lowest scoring race so far is 16 points. Since we have one drop week, basically no matter what happens to Buckley tonight, he's getting at least 16 points. So at a minimum, he'll finish tonight with 176 points. His only contender for the championship is Dustin Lee. He follows by just 2 points, and so that's going to guarantee it's going to be a pretty exciting race to watch. And both of these drivers really good. They're always running up near the front, and they're going to be clamoring for position and points here. And just as a reminder, you do get a bonus point for qualifying pole, a point for leading a lap, a point for leading the most laps, a point for completing at least 80% of the race, which tonight will happen on lap 65. And you get 3 points for winning the race. So a lot of bonus points to be had here by both championship contenders, and that should play a huge role in tonight's race. So they're really going to be looking for those bonus points. Keith Haney missed the race at Phoenix last week, and unfortunately they used up his drop week and just barely put him out of the running for the championship. So Haney's not going to be able to beat Buckley's 176 points, unfortunately, leaving it down to just two drivers here tonight at Homestead, Miami. So Matt, what do you think? What's going to happen?
Well, besides the two championship contenders, we still got Sean Butler and Tommy Lee. Those guys are always in contention for a victory, no matter where we're at. So we could have some guys play spoiler here.
Yeah, absolutely. Tommy Lee just joined us a couple weeks ago, and he's 2 for 2 with our league so far. Last week he kind of lucked into it, and but you got to do good to get in a position to luck into something. So very, very strong driver. And Sean Butler, of course, always a really strong driver. Fun to watch him. So yeah, it should be a really exciting one to watch. So drivers are finishing up their qual laps right now. So far it looks like Jacob Fife might be on pole unless somebody can contend. He's got a 31.396 second lap.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting because his fastest practice time, he was 7th place practice, but it looks like he might take the pole.
And I see Joshua Buckley just posted his time in 3rd place. So neither of our championship contenders are going to get that point for pole position. And they're just going to have to try to lead a lap and see how many laps they can lead and see what kind of position they can get. All right, drivers are getting in their cars now, and we'll get rolling shortly. And they will be lining up on pit road to roll out with the pace car. Just a couple more drivers got to take the wheel, and we'll get rolling here and run you through the grid. So there's your qualifying order. Congratulations to Mr. Fife there for getting pole, getting that bonus point. And he is a really fast driver and always fun to watch as well.
Yeah, a lot of guys, this is going to be, this is the last race of the season, so everybody's going to be fighting for that last chance of victory.
Yes, sir. All right, so as the drivers roll around, we'll walk you through the starting grid here. In row 1, pole sitter Jacob Fife, and second place, Sean Butler.
Row 2, we've got Josh Buckley and Tommy Lee.
Row 3, Dustin Lee and Teddy Wisniewski.
Oh, it's good to see Teddy back with us.
Yeah,
next
definitely.
Row, we've got Glenn. Yeah, next row we got Glenn Sidman and Robert Craze.
All right, and the fifth row, John Fershing and James Haney.
So next row we've got Tim Lewis and Andrew Williams from Australia.
Seventh row, we have Aaron Gabron and Damon Gilbert.
And riding shotgun, we got Kevin O'Brien, also from Australia.
All right, nice big field here. And the pace car is going to dive off, and these guys are going to get ready to go green. Sean Butler, Jacob Fife battling side by side coming out of turn 4. Jacob Fife will take the point for leading that lap. Looks like Sean Butler's got the edge on him though coming out of turn 2. And Tommy Lee looks to the inside of Jacob Fife. Tommy Lee gets loose. He saved. Yeah, he saved it, but man, he lost a lot of spots. It's going to be tough too. He's got to cool them tires down now. Let's have a look at the points as they stand right now. Joshua Buckley up in 3rd place, and he has a 4-point lead on Dustin Lee for that championship. Up front, we still got a good close battle for the lead between Sean Butler and Jacob Fife. Fife really putting the pressure on Butler there coming out of turn 4. Let's see if he's going to take a look at the inside coming down the front stretch. He is right there on his bumper. And Fife flirting with that lower lane. That lower lane can get you loose really easy. You got to be careful with it. So we already saw Tommy Lee kind of wiggled a little bit earlier coming out of that turn. Meanwhile, 8th, 9th, and 10th positions, these guys are fighting hard. Oh, looks like Andrew Williams. Right on the bumper of Damon Gilbert. And Tommy Lee in 10th place trying to claw his way back up.
Yeah, I saw Tim Lewis lost a couple spots about a lap ago, and then Fershing just hit the wall, I think.
Yeah, I saw Fershing fall back. He was in that pack of 3, and as soon as I put the camera on them, he smacked the wall and went backwards. Teddy Wisniewski putting the pressure on Dustin Lee, coming out of turn 4. Dustin does not want to let him pass. Every single point is going to count big for Dustin tonight. Oh, Joshua Buckley. I think he got in the wall a little bit coming out of turn 2, and he slowed down. Dustin went right past him. And that puts Dustin just 1 point behind Buckley for the championship. Buckley's not going to let him have it, though. He looks to the inside. They're side by side coming out of turn 2. Dustin holds the position. Pretty exciting seeing these championship contenders race against each other like this.
Yeah, 7 cars within like a second and a half of each other. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, they're 2 by 2 back there right behind these leaders. Whoa, we got a little bit of a wobble from Andrew Williams and Tommy Lee.
Yeah, Tommy Lee swung in to avoid the whole mess. Ends up taking 2 spots.
Yeah, he really capitalized on that. Wow, good move by Tommy Lee, avoiding that and maintaining control. It's really hard to do when you're coming out of a turn like that. You're already right on the edge of your grip. Damon Gilbert looking to the inside of Tommy Lee. And Josh Buckley still putting the pressure on Dustin. Dustin is still just 1 point behind Buckley for that championship. And Teddy Wisniewski is now on the bumper of Josh Buckley. And he may put a hurting on both of these drivers here pretty soon. He caught right up to him.
Yeah, Sean Butler and Jacob Fife have got about a 2-second lead over these guys.
Yeah, those guys are just taking off. Dustin Lee's looking in his rear view mirror at this, seeing Buckley and Wisniewski battle, and he's loving it. I guarantee it, because he needs Buckley to lose another spot or 2. All these guys, they're really, really fighting hard. Great showing tonight, too. 15 drivers, that's right about the sweet spot, what we're looking for.
Yep. Matches Talladega is the most drivers we've had this season.
Yeah, it really does, yep.
Kevin O'Brien's gone to the garage. I think he had connection issues.
Oh no, I saw him blinking a little bit earlier, yep. What a shame. He's been with us every single race this season, too. He's one of our 100% club guys.
Yeah.
So still got a close battle for the lead here. Jacob Fife and Sean Butler. Looks like Butler's taking the high line. Fife is moving down to the middle lane. Butler's making that outside line work pretty well for him. And here comes Teddy Wisniewski on the inside of Josh Buckley. He completes that pass and ties Dustin Lee up with Josh for the lead. Both of those guys tied at 176 points right now.
I'm almost afraid to ask. Do we have a tiebreaker?
Yeah.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, because here's the thing. No, it's good you mentioned that. I was thinking about that before the race, and I said, well, a tiebreaker would be the number of wins. However, these guys both have 2 wins here tonight, too. Or 2 wins so far this season coming into this race. And so I was thinking about it earlier. And I'll be honest with you, Matt, I couldn't come up with anything. So I'm just going to hope that plays itself out.
Yeah, may have to end up doing a coin flip.
Yeah, and I'd hate for the season to end on that. I thought about doing a participation thing, but I didn't want to do that since I made it clear from the beginning that you could have one drop week, so I didn't want to punish Dustin for missing a week.
Look at Tommy Lee.
Yeah, he is working his way back up there. That early mistake cost him, but man, he is clawing his way back up. Passing a lot of cars. What he fell back to, what was it, 10th? Actually, he fell back to 12th. So started 3rd, fell back to 12th, and now he's back up to 6th. I'm sorry, he started 4th. Made his way up to 3rd, fell back to 12th, and now he's 6th. So he's got to say hi to just about every driver in this field. And Andrew Williams putting the pressure on Tommy Lee. He's going to look to the inside coming into turn 2. Tommy Lee gives him plenty of room. Good driving. Ooh, nice close battle. 3 cars here. Tommy Lee, Damon Gilbert, Andrew Williams, all 3 battling really hard. Gilbert gets past Lee for the 7th spot. And these guys are close together.
Yeah.
Here comes Glenn Sidman. He's about to join this party too. And we missed it, but Jacob Fife has made his way around Sean Butler. New leader, Jacob Fife. I think he actually passed a couple of laps ago. I was so busy watching those other guys battle because, man, that was an amazing battle. But Fife has made his way around Butler.
Yeah, I think that was like 6-7 laps ago.
Go back and watch these 3 again, man. They're just battling hard. So much fun when you're doing that, especially when you're driving around people you know, you can trust.
Don't let them, but they're catching up to Buckley too.
Yeah, they are. They are right on Buckley's tail, and I'll tell you what, a couple of these guys get past Buckley, he's going to have a hard time contending for that championship that he's been hanging on to. Andrew Williams right on Buckley's tail. Buckley goes up the track a little bit. Andrew Williams on the inside. Coming down the backstretch, side by side.
Buckley must have some damage. I mean, they're pretty much passing him pretty easily.
Yep, Gilbert's coming with Williams. Buckley's playing it safe and staying up high. He doesn't want to get caught in any mess. That'd be really bad for him right now. Yeah, I do see a little bit of, I don't know if I see damage on his rear end or not. I don't know, his truck doesn't look dented up. But Gilbert, side by side with Buckley, and Tommy Lee in the 33 car is going to try and come with him. Tommy Lee is going to make that pass, putting Joshua Buckley down in 8th place now. Yeah, I don't know. He was saying before the race he's having a hard time with this track. I don't know if it's that or if he's got some damage. His truck doesn't look damaged, but I'm not used to seeing trucks passing this fast. So not only do we have to... What's that?
Well, let's say Tim Lewis, he did, looks like right side tires.
Yeah, he did. 8.7 second stop for Tim Lewis. We are on lap 30. They got about 55 laps per tank here, so Tim might just be playing it safe and pitting early.
Remember, he did that to a victory here earlier this season.
That is very true. He might be trying that same strategy. So along with Fife being the new race leader, Dustin Lee is now our new championship leader by 3 points after Buckley got put down a few positions. So we got Dustin Lee with 176 points, and then Buckley 3 points behind him with 173. Buckley's going to have to claw his way back up there, get at least 3 more positions. I hope it's either 2 or 4. I don't want them to end up tie and me look silly because I didn't have a plan.
I like that championship tracker real-time update. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, thanks. It's good for, you know, any viewers to be able to watch and kind of keep up to date with where they stand. It's a lot easier with only 2 drivers. I was a little worried we were going to have 10 drivers that I had to keep up with. But 2 drivers, I try to keep track of what position they're in and keep the viewers updated on where they are in the standings. Glenn Sidman now threatening that 8th place for Josh Buckley. Go on board with Glenn Sidman here. Glenn's a really nice driver. Joined us a few weeks ago. Just absolutely perfect material for this league. He's exactly the type of driver we want. Real nice guy, real good driver. We're really fortunate he joined us. And he is putting the pressure on that 2-car Buckley. Buckley goes a little bit wide coming out of 4, and that might give Sidman a little bit of a run on him.
Wisniewski just passed Dustin Lee.
He's working on him, yeah. Side by side, going into 4, or going into 3, and he does clear him, make that pass.
just ahead of him. I guess Kevin O'Brien must have got his connection issue back. 10 laps down, but he's still here.
All right. Yeah, he made it back in. Dustin Lee's about to lose another spot. Damon Gilbert gets past him. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That was Andrew Williams who made it past him. So now Dustin Lee hanging on to that championship spot by just 1 point. Correction to that, they are now tied because Joshua Buckley has got himself back up into the 7th position. And I think the reason that Buckley is in the 7th position is Tommy Lee is pitting right now. And he's stopping for 4 tires. They're lap 38. They're already about halfway through this race, so good time to stop and get tires if we're going to pit under green.
Yeah, it's a good time to remember that this has got the crazy entrance and exit of pit road.
Yeah, and it is really difficult. It's so easy to spin on those little. It's like a little driveway.
Yeah, especially if there's a caution, you always got to make sure, even if you're on the access route, you're still in the pace car of the black flag.
Teddy Wisniewski gets into the wall a little bit on the front stretch, and he's going to lose a few spots now. He recovered, but man, he scraped the wall pretty good, and that cost him some speed. Dustin Lee back up to 4th position. And now in the lead for the championship by 1 point. Halfway through the race. I knew it was going to be a close one.
Glenn Sidman on pit road.
Damon Gilbert putting the pressure on Dustin Lee. Dustin cannot afford to lose another spot. Looks like Gilbert looks to the inside of Lee. Lee playing it safe, staying nice and wide. Teddy Wisniewski going to try and come with Damon Gilbert and pass Lee. Not sure he's going to make it around yet, though. Yeah, he gets around him. So Dustin Lee falls back to, he's in, what, 5th place now?
That's because Sean Butler decided to pit.
Ah, Sean Butler pitted, okay. I was wondering what's happened to these standings here. They're all over the place. I was trying to keep up for the championship standings. We'll just wait for this round of green flag pit stops to finish up. Not really much point in showing the season standings right now.
Yeah, 5 extended his lead to 4 seconds.
Sean Butler exits pit road. So everybody except for Tim Lewis took 4 tires. Tim did a 2-tire stop. We'll see how that works out for him. And like you said, Jacob Fife has a 4-second lead now on 2nd place Andrew Williams. Jacob Fife has led 26 of the 80 laps so far, and he leads many more. There's not going to be a chance for either of our championship contenders to get that bonus point for most laps led.
Fife's pitting.
So new leader Andrew Williams, he'll pick up that bonus point. Dustin Lee is now back in 3rd place, so if Andrew and Damon hit, Dustin can pick up a bonus point for leading the lap. And with how valuable points are here, I wouldn't be surprised to see Dustin maybe go for 2 tires just to get a better chance at leading a lap.
Okay, about half the field is pitted.
Yep, still got 7 drivers out there on old tires. Lap 46. Like I said, a tank of fuel will take you about 55 laps, so they don't have a whole lot longer. They're going to have to pit now. Andrew Williams comes down pit road.
Dustin Lee's going to try to get that bonus point.
And it looks like he gets it. So Dustin Lee picks up a very, very valuable bonus point for leading a lap. And Buckley right behind him in 2nd place. Buckley is saying, come on, Dustin, pit. I'm wondering if these guys are going to end up playing chicken with their fuel. Dustin's not going to let Buckley have that extra point. So only 4 drivers have not pitted. Lee, Buckley, Gabron, and Robert Craze.
Yeah, Craze and Gabron are both pitting now, so it's just the top 2. Like you said, playing chicken.
Yep. Dustin does. If as soon as Dustin pits, he gives that point up to Buckley. Or if Buckley pits first, then he's guaranteeing Dustin's the only one getting that point. So Aaron Gabron on pit road. He's going to take 4 tires. As they run right now, Lee leads by 3 points, and those would be the 3 points that he would get for winning the race since he is in the lead right now. I did include those 3 bonus points. Not including those, they're tied up. And Joshua Buckley, 5.5 seconds behind Lee. So really his only shot at leading a lap here is if Lee pits before Dustin, or before Buckley. And now Lee having to contend with these guys who got newer tires. James Haney coming up behind Lee. He's going to look to the inside and get around him. Lee is stretching that fuel. It's lap 53. When I ran some laps here earlier, I calculated I could go just over 56 laps on a tank of fuel. But I did that calculation based on about a 5-lap run, so it could be off a little bit. Hopefully Dustin did a more accurate calculation than I did. Buckley now 6 seconds behind Lee, so he's losing a lot of time. His tires are really worn out. Buckley goes wide and lets the 33, Tommy Lee, go past. And it looks like, well, looked like I thought Buckley was pitting there. So Dustin Lee extends his lead by, he's what, up to 6.5 seconds now. Lee and Buckley have not pitted. Just like I said, they're playing chicken with that fuel. Lee comes around for another lap. He's not going to pit this time. He's coming on to lap 56. So by my calculations, this is going to have to be his last lap. Maybe one more. What do you think, Matt? Is he pitting this lap?
I don't think so. I think he's got. He's going to go for probably 2 or 3 more. He's going to take it to the absolute last little bit.
Oh yeah, he's hoping that Buckley's going to have to run out. Looks like Tim Lewis is coming back down pit road. Not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, I guess that 2-tire stop didn't pay off for him.
Yeah, I see he's been running like 33-second laps, so yeah, definitely he's about a second or 2 off of the pace from these guys.
Hey, just heard Dustin Lee said he's pitting this time.
I see him, Dustin Lee coming down pit road. Let's see what Buckley does. Buckley's already on pit road. That's why Dustin pitted. So Buckley pitted. That freed Dustin up to pit. And let's see how this plays out. Once they come back out, we'll figure out where they stand in the championship running. So Buckley finishes up his 4-tire stop. Lee comes in. Let's see what he does. Lee is going to take 4 also. And new leader, Jacob Fife, back up front with Sean Butler right on his tail again. So we got an exciting battle for the race and an exciting battle for the championship. A lot of fun. So Dustin Lee comes out in 8th place, just ahead of Joshua Buckley, who is running in 9th. And what do you know? That makes them tied. Dustin Lee having that 1 bonus point for leading a lap. Actually, he led 12 laps. I don't think it's 1 bonus point. All right, Matt, so I'm trying to come up with a way to deal with a tiebreaker right here on the air. That way everybody can see that we were trying our best to come up with something. And without looking at any points or anything, how do you feel about average finish?
Well, you could do that, or maybe number of poles. I don't know.
See, I don't even want to look at the stats right now because I don't want it to affect my decision. Not that it would affect my decision, honestly. I really like both of those drivers. I just don't want to make it even appear as if there's any favorites going on. And I know I'm not good enough at math to make an average up in my head right now. Dustin Lee now in 7th place does have a 1-point lead on Buckley for that championship. So since Lee and Buckley stayed out a little bit longer, their tires are a little bit fresher than these other guys, they might be able to gain a couple positions. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and call it right now on the air so everybody can hear. If there happens to be a tie between Buckley and Lee, we will average up the average finish out of the 9 races that count for the season. And whoever has the best average finish out of those 9 races will be crowned champion.
Now, I would say that's since they have the same number of points, it's going to be the same, but when you add in all the bonus points and whatnot, that might be different.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking at. The bonus points are going to change that up a little bit. And I'm guessing there's a very, very slight chance that they'll end up the same, but probably pretty small. If they end up the same there, I'm just calling it a tie. And I didn't notice, but Lee actually gained another position, and he is now up 2 points on Buckley for the championship.
Yeah, I didn't check it. I don't know if Sidman hit the wall or what happened there.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I saw it looked like Sidman went really, really wide into turns 3 and 4 and allowed Lee to get past him. And I just realized something. I've actually been counting Buckley's points for this race as if this race was going to count for him, and I completely forgot he still has that drop race. So I've now adjusted the points accordingly, and with the points being adjusted, Buckley still has a 2-point lead on Lee. Because right now Buckley is down in 9th place, so I was thinking he's only going to get 11 points for this race. But if he only gets 11 points for this race actually becomes his drop week. And what's currently being used as his drop week, which is 16 points, would become the amount of points that he gets overall. Yeah, I was forgetting to add that in there. You see what I'm talking about, Matt?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just listening to some of the in-race radio chatter. I guess some of the drivers are seeing debris out there they want to caution.
Ooh, Lee gets a little bit loose coming out of turn 2. And Buckley's sitting back here in 9th, but like I said, now that I remember that Buckley's guaranteed a minimum of 16 points no matter what, that still puts him 2 points ahead of Lee. And both of those guys sitting with a pretty solid buffer in front and behind, so unless something really changes here, we might see Buckley run away with this.
Yeah, Dustin's got about 4 seconds to catch Tommy Lee, and that's who he has to beat to get two extra points.
Yeah, and with just 10 laps to go, I don't see much changing unless we have a caution here.
Yeah, Sean Butler, unfortunately, it doesn't look like he has anything to challenge Jacob tonight.
Yeah, Jacob Fife got a nice big 1.2 second lead on Sean Butler. Yeah, go on board with Sean Butler with just 9 laps to go. God, that looks like it's forever away, that bumper of Fife's truck. Dustin Lee just praying for a miracle at this point. I'm not sure he really even knows what the point standings are right now. It's kind of hard to keep up with all that stuff. You're not real sure where the other guy is or where you have to finish in relation to the other guy. But he knows he has to get 2 points to catch up to Buckley. And he knows he's, well, he knows he has to get 2 points to catch up to him. But again, there's that whole drop week thing, which I wasn't even considering there up until just now. So if Lee knows that Buckley has 16 points for the drop week, then Lee knows he's in trouble.
Yeah, he might be able to catch Andrew Williams here, but beyond that, Tommy Lee's another 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah, and if he catches Andrew Williams, that's going to put Dustin 1 point behind Buckley for that champion. Dustin Lee makes it around Andrew Williams. That puts him in the 5th position. And since Dustin now has his bonus point for completing 80% of the race, he is now tied again with Buckley. And of course, Buckley would get the bonus point, but you know, if we're counting his drop week, then he doesn't, you know, gain an extra point for this race. This race will basically become Buckley's drop week. So we may end up having to average those finishes now.
It's crazy. After all that racing, it's going to come down to 0 points difference.
Yeah. 9 races, 0 points difference. How about that? Oh, maybe not. Look at Andrew Williams. He's going to try and take it away from Dustin. I don't think he's going to be able to get up there, though. I don't know. He's right on Dustin's tail. He could take the championship away from Dustin here in the next 3 laps.
And those two are the only two that are battling right now on the track.
Yep. So we're coming down to the white flag. I tell you what, Matt, when this race finishes, Jacob Fife makes it around another lap car. When this race finishes, you go ahead and handle the interviews, and I'm going to start adding up the finish positions for these two guys. And hopefully by the end of the broadcast, we'll know who the champion is.
All right, sounds good.
And there's your winner, Jacob Fife.
Hey, Jacob Fife, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, man. How are you?
Oh, doing good. Not as good as you're doing tonight. Congratulations on the season-ending win.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I had a great truck tonight. Uh, really was able to execute what I was hoping to do for the race in terms of, how I wanted to run my lines and just stay consistent. And I was able to pull it through.
Yeah, it looked like you and Sean were definitely the class of the field tonight.
Yeah, Sean gave a great run. I mean, he definitely pressured me through the second stint there and just was really able to, push me until he scraped the wall, I think with about 15 or so to go. And that kind of gave me the gap I needed to not overdo it too much.
Yep. So are you looking forward to next season? Good start for the end of this season. Help you set up for next season?
Yeah, I really am. I think this is a fun league to be in. I'm enjoying being able to race with guys that are pretty clean. You don't really get that around iRacing, at least not in official racing that I've found. So it's nice to come in, relax, be able to race hard, but race clean at the same time, and it's really a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to next season.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it until you brought it up, but we didn't have any cautions tonight. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it is. You really don't see that much anymore. So it's really good thing to have.
Well, cool. Is there anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I just want to thank y'all for running the league and let me be a part of it. And otherwise, just looking forward to next season. And once again, thanks for running things.
Cool. Yeah, but the reason Jeremy's not saying anything is because he's trying to crunch all the numbers to find out the final victor, because I think they ended up tied in points.
I was about to say, I think it's going to be pretty close. I know it was a tight battle going into it, and they weren't very far apart on the track, I don't think.
All right, well, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next season.
Sounds good, man.
Sean Butler, how you doing?
Hey, Matt, pretty good. How you doing?
No, probably not as good as you're doing tonight, but you and Jacob pretty much were the 1-2 the whole night.
Yeah, I held up Jacob there for a little bit, man. I don't know. I just don't drive this track good enough, apparently. I'm always like second best. But, I take it, run up front, and we battled a little bit, and just can't quite get this track figured out to get the W here.
If that's true, then that's like one of the only tracks I've seen where you haven't kind of figured out. So,
Yeah.
but whether we said that, or we saw that you hit the wall, I guess gave Jacob like a little break you needed. Was there any other issues with the track that you found?
Oh, no, that was just all me. I was right on him. I think that was the only thing that was keeping me on him was the draft, and I was just trying. I was driving the heck out of it, just trying to stay there, and I kept I kept pushing off the corner trying to run that fast. I just don't know how he was doing it. So it's just he said something with this track. I just can't run it for that fast for that long. I just seem to use up tires.
Well, Jeremy's crunching all the numbers to find out the final point standings, but I got my own listing here, and it's you had one of the highest per race point totals of anybody on our league. So is that good news for next season?
If I can actually show up and race all these, yeah, I think that's my what just the way I race. I'm pretty clean racer. I don't get in a lot of accidents unless just get involved in stuff. But I just seem to run up in the top 5 a lot, and that keeps me up there. And that's top 5s can win you championships.
Yeah, especially in this league where there's not that many cautions, you kind of it puts a premium to start up front because otherwise you're gonna have to drive all the way up.
Oh yeah, definitely. I almost considered starting in the back. Then I quickly remembered that I've been here many times and it never seems to have cautions.
All right. Well, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out?
Just you guys up here in the booth. I always watch these races afterwards, and you guys doing a good job. I like to look at the broadcast and everything. And congratulations to whoever the champion is going to be here. I know they're crunching the numbers, so just looking forward to hopefully running with you guys again next season.
Cool. Well, sounds great. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Matt.
Hey, Damon, how's that third place treating you tonight?
It was kind of rough. I had to come from the back and had to pass all them cars. I tried some crazy pit strategy by only taking 2 tires. I hoped it worked, and I guess it was all right.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Qualified 14th, finished 3rd. That's a good run by anybody's standard.
Yeah, thank you.
So how was the setup tonight? Do you think it was pretty well dead on, or was it loose, tight? How'd you feel?
It felt loose to me on 4 tires, and then after that, when I put on the 2, it got a lot tighter. And I had a rougher time on the second run than the first one. I thought the setup was pretty nice, though. Everybody else was saying it's tight, I guess.
Well, that's definitely part of the setup with the weather and the temperature and everything. We try to make sure we have maximum grip, but sometimes with the setup that's default, maybe a little too much. We'll have to look into that for next season. But well, let's see. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, my partner Dustin, he always helps me out every weekend, I guess. And yeah, that's it.
Cool. Well, see, before the race you were 10th place, but I think you're going to go up 1 or 2 spots here by the end. So that's why why Jeremy's not talking right now, is because he's doing all the number crunching to try to figure out what the final standings were.
Yeah, we were trying to figure it out. We either decided that it was like that the points were tied. Joshua won by like a point or 2, and so we were all sitting there trying to figure it out ourselves, and we can't seem to do it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Josh Buckley's drop week is going to figure into it, and that may have ended up being a tie then. But Jeremy's going to figure out. He's going to come back on in just a few minutes, and we'll have the final standings.
I think I got him. So what we ended up going with here was since they were dead on tied, 176 points each by the end of this, Buckley used 16 points from his previous drop week, and Dustin Lee gained 18 points this race, putting them both tied at 176 points. We decided mid-race, because we unfortunately hadn't come up with the plan yet, decided mid-race we're going to go with average finish. I have now uploaded the points. The results are in, and Dustin Lee is the Season 2 champion by just a hair. Dustin Lee's average finish this season was 4.11. This is out of 9 races. And Joshua Buckley's average finish is 4.3. So Dustin Lee, new champion by by decision of the average finish because their points were identical. So congratulations to Dustin Lee. We're going to pull him down here and talk to him. Damon, congratulations. Thanks for racing with us. A couple weeks, we'll be coming back and starting our season off at Daytona. We hope you join us.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. I'll sure be there.
All right. Dustin Lee, how you feeling?
Tired.
Well, will it wake you up at all if I tell you you're the new Red Light League champion?
Really? I didn't know. I knew it was gonna be really close. I wasn't sure or not.
Well, I've been
Sweet.
I've been scrambling trying to figure this out. We were keeping it running the entire race, and you guys were neck and neck pretty much the entire race. One of you would take a lead by a couple points, the other one would take the lead by a couple points. At the end of the day, you guys each have 176 points for the season. So what we decided was, and we decided, you can see this on the broadcast, we decided this mid-race. And what I thought was going to be the fairest way to do this was go by average finish. And your average finish for this season was 4.11, and Buckley's average finish was 4.3. So that was just an incredibly close season, and you definitely made me do my work trying to figure this out and figure out who is our new champion before we end the broadcast here.
Wow, yeah, that is incredibly close. I knew it was gonna come down to the wire there, and I held him off there from leading a lap in the race. I knew if he led a lap, I knew it was probably over with, so I had to try to kind of stay out as long as I could there. But man, I guess it paid off.
Yeah, it did. We were watching that, and I knew. I said as soon as Matt and I started realizing that you were up front, Buckley was right behind you, and most everyone else had pitted. I said, "You watch, these guys are going to play chicken with their fuel," and that's exactly what you did. But it paid off.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it was a pleasure racing with him and everybody else. I mean, it was just like last season. I came out on the other end last season, and I come out on the opposite end this time. So feels good.
Yeah, well, congratulations, man. I'll be honest with you. Going into it, I even said, Dustin, he needs, you don't need a miracle, but you can't have any problems happen. And you didn't have any real problems. I mean, you stayed up there. You finished well. And good job, man. Congratulations.
Thanks. And I try to be pretty conservative. Definitely is not one of my best tracks, and I was kind of afraid there because I didn't really seem all that fast. I mean, once I got some laps on the tires, I could even out with everybody. But I'm just glad I could finish where I finished, and glad to pull it off here.
Well, congratulations. We always enjoy having you race with us. And I just want to say one more thing to you guys. Great job on a green flag to green flag run tonight. That was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh yeah.
All right, Dustin, you got anybody you want to say hi to or thank? I'm sure somebody was supporting you through all this.
That's you guys for putting this on and making it a fun place to come race. Enjoy racing with guys like Damon, Andrew, Teddy, obviously Josh too, and Bobby. I mean, just everybody out there that comes out and races with us. Appreciate them coming out, making it a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have such a great group of drivers. This is, I mean, when Tim and I started this league almost a year ago now, what we envisioned is exactly what we have going on right now, and it's just incredible and great to see it happen. And it's all because you guys and the way you guys drive and act around each other, and we really, really appreciate that and really enjoy watching you guys race every week.
Yeah, I think we've proven that it's not really, it's nice to have all the different, overlays and everything else, but really it's the driving. It's the driving that makes the race, that makes the league what it is.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, well, Dustin, congratulations. We'll be posting some stuff on Facebook to congratulate you, and we'll be putting the race up on YouTube. And you going to be racing with us next season, starting December 1st?
I'll be here.
All right, we look forward to it, man. Catch you then.
All right, thank you guys once again.
Woo, Matt, I haven't had to do math that hard in a long time. I was trying to figure out how do I figure this up, because with the drop week, the drop week makes it difficult to calculate who finished what position and this and that. And I finally ended up saying, you know what, I'm just going to upload the points and let the system figure it out on its own. That's what I should have done from the get-go. And I got it figured out, and it spit out average finish of 4.11 for Dustin Lee and a 4.3 for Buckley. So amazingly close. I mean, wow.
Yeah, you can't really get much closer than that. I mean, that's like probably one position on maybe two positions over the whole season.
Yeah, when you get to the end of a season, it's that close, and I'm sure it's like this, even more so in NASCAR, where, right now the 1 point's the difference between making it and not making it. And you look back and you think, could I have gotten that one bonus point if I'd have just stayed out a little bit longer, or whatever the case may be. And I'm sure that's going to play into these guys' strategies next season.
Yeah, exactly. They got to feel just like Gordon and Kenseth did yesterday. Finished second and third, still couldn't make it, just 1 or 2 points off.
Yep, and they're running through the entire season in their head. What could I have done a little bit differently? So, but congratulations to Dustin Lee. Congratulations to Josh Buckley. I mean, he finished second and it was basically by coming down to decision on, average finish. Really, that's a tie for the championship, just about. So, congratulations to those guys. Congratulations to Jacob Fife for winning here. He's run near the front so much, and I knew he had a win coming, and he made it happen tonight.
Yep, and Tommy Lee, he his first 2 races he won both of them, and this one he's finished top 5 again. So he's still doing very well.
Yeah, we have. I can't say it enough. What an incredible group of drivers we have here. We got, just everything's just right, and we're so happy to have them, and I'm really looking forward to next season. So that's going to about do it for this broadcast and for this season of the Red Light Truck Series. Log on to our website, redlightleague.com, to see the schedules, standings, photos, and more. Go to our YouTube page, our Facebook page, subscribe, and like us. 2 weeks from now, on December 1st, we will kick off the next season. Details for that season will be posted on the website sometime in the next week or two. We're going to take a couple weeks off. And if you or any driver would like to get in on that season, starting it off week 1, log on to iRacing.com, go to the leagues page, search for Red Light Racing, and you'll see us there. And you can apply to the league, and we are only going to take a handful more drivers. We have 15 drivers tonight, which is just about a perfect field. A couple more drivers, and it'll start getting too overloaded. So get in there now while you get a chance, and you see just how good these drivers are, and you're not going to find much better racing anywhere online, or even in some real series. All right, Matt. Well, thanks for helping me broadcast the season, and I look forward to joining you next season and putting on some more shows.
Yeah, it's been a good season, and looking forward to next season. I'll have some new equipment showing up in December. Hopefully have that Oculus Rift here in a couple weeks. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah, that thing is awesome. Any of our viewers are still listening to us ramble on right now. I tell you what, that is the most amazing sim racing experience in the world, is putting on that virtual reality headset and driving around. So that'll about wrap it up. Next week,
Oh, Jeremy, you still there? Well, anyway, if anybody's... Okay, just wanted to say goodbye, everybody, and thanks for this good season, and watching us next season.
All right, and we will catch you guys later.